Hey, Tony Gaston's here. Now y'all gotta forgive me, I'm driving. And I wanna give a shout out to a young lady. She said, it was a video, I seen the comment. Well, my goodness, this man hit me with a rock. He out there weed whacking and hit my car with some mulch or something. Boy, I tell you, boy, you got to know what you doing with that thing, man. Get my insurance claim. But shout out to the young lady. She said, I love how many distractions in this video. She say it shows the authenticity of it. I say, look at God. I said, Lord, bless that young lady. Bless her, Lord. Give her everything she want in her life. Because that's the kind of perspective you want people to have. To see the good in things. Because I done had to block some women for coming on here. Hey, you need to be sitting down. Focus. I can't stand you always distracted. It's like, do you pay me? No. It's like, if you don't hush and get a little bit of advice, like, what in the world is you on here talking about? No turn on red. So listen to me. This thing been on my spirit for a little bit now, and I want to start a group intensive to help women prepare for marriage from the male perspective. Because one thing I noticed is there's a lot of women that have these groups, but the thing about it is I really don't know if I had a capacity for a group. So it'll most likely be an online course where I update it with videos and teachings that's separate from YouTube, and then I do Q&As like maybe once a quarter. Do like a 4-hour intensive Q&A for those who can make it, and then you can have a replay if you miss it, if the replay not too big for the academy. And just do like an annual fee, and it's an annual, not monthly, because one thing I notice is a lot of people struggle financially. So I may, if I get the approval from my wife, I sent her the voice notes about it a little bit ago. She write me back now, so I'm gonna talk to her here in a little while. And if she approve it, then I'm gonna do it. I don't like the optics of it because there's so many scammers in the space. But what the Lord has been putting on my heart is like, what he's saying is sometimes the devil have his people do the things that look righteous so that the people who are actually righteous and who have an actual good heart don't want to do it. And so that's how he keeps us out of the space and doing things the right way, is because he put frauds in there. And that's what honestly made me stop relationship coaching at one point, because there was so many frauds in it. And so it's hard to do something pure in the right way. Oh Lord, hard to do something pure. And y'all gotta forgive me because the bus done doggone took and pulled. They come to a stop and put the things out there. It's like, nah, hey, give me a heads up, nah. Y'all about to, my goodness. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm looking this way, the bus just goes. I ain't think it was gonna come through the light and then just stop right on the other side of the light. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to be coordinated when you drive. You got to have covered by the blood now. And so it's so many frauds. Like, think about it, like the event that's going around, tonight's conversation, and it's being led by an unmarried man. So that if it's somebody who done dedicated their whole annual income is to a relationship-centered event, and he not married, it make it hard for honest married men. Because it's like, we don't want to be seen as a scam too. And so that's what it block you. But this been on my heart because one of the things I noticed is that women on average want love more than anything else. It's some women who want business more, and it's women that I will talk to personally and say, what you focus on right now, business or love? And they'll say business. And then halfway into the business conversation, they talking about love. And I'm like, you know what? Just stop. Just stop. Women, y'all just stop. Make your entire focus about what your heart really desires. And if that is love, then focus on love and do what it takes. But the thing about it is, some of the stuff that need to be said, it can't be said publicly, because we have cancel culture, we have sensationalism. So when I do it, I'm gonna have to put a real price on it, so that, because I had to put a price that's higher than a hater or an investigator or an instigator will pay. And so, and it'll be videos in there, and it'll be little short videos, 5 to 20 minute videos, 5 minutes to 20 minute videos, what my heart feeling. Because I would do a monthly group thing, but I'm just not good at that, because my life is so busy with my family that I can never keep a schedule, because it don't matter what day of the month or what day of the week. I can say, hey, the 1st of every month, the 15th of every month, the 3rd Saturday, the 1st Saturdays or Sunday, or 1st Wednesday of every month, I'm always gonna have something on one of those days come up. And then sometimes I have something on every single day that come up. And it's just hard. It is hard to do. So I'm gonna just do something to where 2025, I'm going one too many, meaning one person reaching many people versus one-on-one. Moving out of the one-on-one space, except for my current clients, but even that, I'm gonna be kind of winding that down, and y'all gonna get videos and courses from me. And then my time outside of that will be spent writing books and creating more videos and creating more courses, so that it'll be a university of development, to where you can just immerse yourself in videos every day and grow like never before. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm seeing so many people reach out to me, and they're like, Tony, man, these videos have changed my life. If you listen and you actually do the work, it will change your life. If you just listen and just to let time pass, it's not gonna do anything for you. But if you listen and you actually do the little homework assignments and do whatever, and you couple it with the courses on TonyGassensAcademy.com, now you double working, and it's gonna change your life. It's impossible for you to put in work and not get results. And that's what I want you to think about. But what the Lord is telling me is like, hey, Tony, it's time for you to walk in your calling. Stop being distracted by other stuff. I know you want to work on business stuff. I know you want to work on sports stuff. But I didn't make you a married, faithful husband for no reason. Your job is to be an oracle, to be someone who is speaking the truth and giving away the game to help bridge the gap, because God is about family, God is about marriage, God is about love, because it's from there where we can flourish. If you notice that the devil's inroad into our lives is sexual immorality, and that's why it be people getting blocked in my comments, because they're like, Tony, you focus on fornication too much. You focus on it's like, why are you worried about what I focus on? You worried about it because you nasty and you fornicating, and it's convicting your spirit. But there are people who they not focused on fornicating. They gonna focus on your lying sin, your gossiping sin, your backbiting sin. But people get mad. People start to get mad because I'm focused on fornicating, because that's where they struggling at. That and so, oh, it's other sins. Yeah, you want me to focus on the other sins you don't struggle with. Everything else is easy. yourself for fornication and adultery. Like, you could overcome a lying tongue easy. You could overcome gossiping and backbiting and coveting. You could overcome all that. But the devil's inroad to our lives is sexual immorality. And so that's why. And then I know women say, well, why don't you, prepare husbands as well? It's far less need in that area, to be honest with you, because men know who and what to be. Men already know that. Men know how to be a husband. They already know that. It's women who are really perplexed and can't figure out men. Men have figured out women. But the things that men are looking for, women don't know what they're looking for. And for a man could go out and any man in the world could go out and get a woman. Not any woman in the world could go out and get a man. It's much harder for women to meet a man on their level and what they want, just because of how the numbers line up. And so being able to attract a ready man, that's much harder than a man being able to find a ready woman. So men really don't need help in preparing to be a husband. And also men learn by example more so than words. So one of the things about women is women listen to people who don't have proof. Men don't listen to people who don't have proof. So the fact that I'm married and I don't have scandals out online, that right there is ministry enough to any man who come across me. He doesn't have to hear me sit and preach to him, because he could feel my spirit. He could listen to me talk about business and be able to tell that I'm a faithful man. A man could feel my spirit. Men know men. Women don't know that. That's why women are in groups with women, teaching them how to be a wife, and the woman not even a wife. These women don't even be wives, and they teaching women how to be wives. Getting femininity lessons from masculine women. Getting finance lessons from broke women. Getting spirituality lessons from Jezebels and heathens. And that's one thing I notice about most women is women do not require proof. Men require proof. You have to show me what you talking about. And that's why so many people get mad with me and call me judgmental, because I be calling out the people who don't got no proof. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, how are you training disciples and you just rededicated your life to the Lord last year? It's like you just started walking with the Lord. Like, you still cursing. How are you training disciples? I'm not understanding. And so I call out the bull crap, and that's why people get mad. Because you have to show me proof. Show me what you talking about. And if you show me what you talking about, then we can talk. But it got to be evident. And so here go the thing. So that's where in my office, I'm passing my office right now, but I can't even go to my office because I got my son's slides on. So I drove my wife to school this morning with the boys, and my son left his soccer bag, walked out the house with his slides on for whatever reason, talking about he gonna put them in the soccer bag, but left the soccer bag. I guess he came in the car and seen me in the front seat. He forgot everything. Forgot everything he was thinking and doing. It's just the power of the presence of the Father now. And he got everything. He was like, whoa, Dad, ain't know you was in here. Yeah. Left his soccer bag, left his shoes. The boy got in the car with his slides on. And we get all the way to the school. So then I had to get him my shoes, which my foot is size bigger than his, or size and a half bigger than his. So I got on his little slides, cutting off my blood circulation in my foot. And he got on my shoe, flopping around like Daffy Duck at school. And then, so I got to go home and get these slides off my feet. Squeeze my instep too tight. And so this is what I'm thinking about. And that's not even what this video was going to be about, but I wanted to, and I was telling my wife, I'm like, I'm not even going to say it publicly. I'm going to just share it with my mailing list. because people be so, you know, I just don't even like, it's not something that I want to do, is I feel like it's something I have to do. So it's like I'm even embarrassed to even have to do it, but it's just so sad out here because I just can't work with, one woman at a time. So I have to work with, it's a large group. That's why it's gonna be videos, and then we'll do Q&As when I get the time, and there'll be random Q&As, random, no set date, no set time. That's another thing. Women be wanting everything to be set. As men, we fly by the seat of our pants a lot of time. We just, hey, and so it's certain women that I have to kick out my community because they want everything to be set up and structured and all of that. That ain't how men work. That's why a lot of women take women classes, because they're gonna get the bells and whistles, they're gonna get the time, they're gonna get the date. And that's one lesson in marriage as well. You have to understand a man's mind don't work like yours. So if you can't even work with a male coach who don't do things the way that you like things to be done, you're not gonna be successful in marriage, because your husband ain't gonna do nothing the way you like it to be done. Oh, well, that ain't the man for me. Then you never gonna have a man, because a man never gonna be and do what you want and how you want when you want it, because that's the point of marriage, is to seek and understand that the opposite sex is opposite. You're not the same. So nothing a man does makes sense to a woman, and nothing a woman does makes sense to a man. So that's where love comes in. That's why love conquers all. That's where it comes in. It come in and it breaks down and it explains, and it connects and it communicates and it joins together. That's the power of love. And so y'all gotta forgive me because I never turned my map off, so it keep popping up with directions how to get to Costco. And we don't realize and understand that oftentimes. Cut this here AC on. Monday supposed to be my movie day, but I had to book some calls. And so I want you to think about this, because think about your learning, think about your growth. And if I release it, I don't know if I will, but if I do this, and it'll be the same as the message, a lot of the message on YouTube, but it'll just go deeper, be a little more raw, a little more explicit, a little more direct, really preparing you for marriage, helping you understand a man and what a man wants, what a man needs, how a man thinks, how a man moves, really gonna. And it's just like we have so many idiots in the world, male and female. We have so many idiots that the real stuff, you can't say it online, because the comments will just be a mess, because people don't really understand what a marriage takes to work. People don't really understand it. And it don't matter how much you know, ain't no marriage gonna be perfect. Like nobody, it's impossible. If you think you're gonna go in marriage and be 100% satisfied, you finna be miserable. If that's what you thinking, that somebody finna make you happy, and it's impossible. And what I mean is, you choose happiness. You choose to see your marriage as perfect, but it's not a human's place or ability to give you all your needs and wants. So what I mean by that is, a man may want to do something intimate every day, or vice versa. The woman may want to do something intimate every day, but the other person don't feel like it. A man may want a woman who could do this or do that, but she wasn't raised like that. She don't know how to do that. A woman may want a man who could do this or do that, but he wasn't raised like that. And then you can find somebody who was raised like that in this one area, but then they off in another area. And then that's when you got to learn how to choose what areas really matter. And that's why I was going to call this the Pop the Balloon Society, because that's part of our problem. We have a pop the balloon mentality. So I'm gonna make the other video, the later video, about that and talk to you about that. But that's part of our problem. So, And another thing that I noticed, and it's so weird, but we gonna try to figure this out, is we need more good people to be ambitious. One of the things I found is that good people are lazy and crooked people are ambitious. So I found that it's not a lot of classy, respectable women in positions of power. A lot of the positions of influence are held by Jezebel spirits, male Jezebels and female Jezebels. And we have to figure this out, because like even like with myself, I was out there and womanizer and drug dealer and all of that. So I wasn't a good person. And then now I'm in a position with a platform. But the guys that I see that never sold drugs, never was a womanizer, they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to talk. They don't want to lead. They don't want to inspire. They don't want to have a platform. And we need more good people that's willing to get out there and be an example, and especially more good women, because I'm noticing it's a lot of Jezebels in power and position. And it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Y'all gotta forgive me. So I was trying to do hour-long videos, but I realized while I'm still coaching, I'm gonna have to do 2 30-minute videos, Lord willing. Some days I don't even get to do that because I've been traveling, and whenever I travel, it throws me off big time when I travel. But we're gonna figure it out. And my next video, Lord willing, I get to shoot that at the office. I got to coach here in a little while, but I'm gonna do a video on what I'm gonna talk about, the Pop the Balloon Society. I want to talk about that right there, that Pop the Balloon Society, because that right there, we got to address that. And not to knock the creators of it or anything like that, and I know they don't be liking that, but it ain't about them. It's really just about how that is, honestly, it represents, our world and where we at in our world. Y'all gotta forgive me. I got that hot coffee, so y'all forgive me. Y'all don't normally be sipping on my syrup on my video. And listen, not no real syrup. Drink my hot coffee so that it get that. So today is Monday. So Mondays, I try to make Mondays my day of fasting. So on Mondays, I want to fast and detox my body, let my body. Now this coffee, it's throwing off a little bit of my results, but it's still not food that my body have to digest. But on Mondays, I like to fast, and if I could fast Tuesday and Wednesday, I would do that too. But sometimes I can't, because I don't live alone, so I'm around my family and watching them eat and drink. And anytime I go to fast, sometimes then that my wife want to cook, and on days I'm eating, she don't cook. And so it just be like, okay, is this intentional now? What's going on? So I told her I'm fast. She said, I think about making some spaghetti and garlic bread. She just chuckling up. And she said, I think I'm having my mama make some oxtail and dumpling tomorrow. Chuckling up. But I ain't like what that scale said this morning. So I said, yeah, got to get on back to this fast and reset this body, because we was traveling, and so what we eat. I'm eating good. I'm about to eat good. And then not sleeping enough. So, my face will start to get a little puffy. I need to take my little thing. And then last night we went to bed a little late. Then I woke up early. So that's one thing. If your body can fast, I would recommend doing it on Mondays, because you eat throughout the weekend, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, you eat good. So fast if you can Monday. And sometimes people be feeling lightheaded and weak and all of that, and that's natural in the beginning because your body just so used to eating all the time. But once you get used to not having to eat all the time, then your body start to regulate and you start to be able to handle it. Y'all gotta forgive me, that light was a little awkward over there. So this is something I'm thinking about, and we're gonna be touching on this and on here, and I want to talk about a little bit more of how we need more good women. And what I mean by that is, and I want y'all to understand, because a lot of times women watch this channel forget that this channel is 95% women. So when you watching the videos, if you hear me talk, if you a woman and you hear me talking to you, don't focus on what is the man hearing and what the man getting. This not the channel for men. For whatever reason, women chose this type of content. So I'm 9 out of 10 times talking to women, and then that's why me and Caleb have the show Louder Than Words, where we talk a lot to men over there. Even though there's men here, and men get to grow and learn from this as well, because the lesson is anything I say pretty much almost could be inverted, and it can go either way. So you got to understand that. But one thing I'm realizing is that we need more good women to step up and to step out. It's a lot of good women who are hiding in the shadows and afraid to start a YouTube channel, afraid to start a company, afraid to step out there and be great, afraid to apply for a role or a position, and just really going through life almost non-existent, just going through life just coasting. And we coming into a day and time to where we need more good women to have more confidence and to love yourself and to embrace the opportunity that's in front of you and really start to push and press yourself to get on out there and to do something with your intelligence, with your money. Invest in something, do something, like open your learning center. And it was so interesting that I'm getting ready to do this learning center, and I just need time for myself where I can ride around and look for space, look for buildings. But I'm getting ready to do this learning center, and in doing so, I've had, I think, 3 or 4 women reach out to me, and they have a full curriculum or blueprint or outline. And it's like, man, that is so interesting how these good women have this but haven't launched, and maybe gonna get ready to launch and go towards it. But just to see how, like, wow, okay, this is so interesting. But that's how life works. And so I'm sharing this to say, I want you to be inspired and encouraged to know that you could go, to know that you could press forward, to know that you can launch. You can make this thing happen. You can launch and make it happen. And so we finna set this thing up, and I'm gonna do some special courses for this learning center for the kids to come in and learn about self-worth, self-love, peer pressure, bullying, all of those things, and then they'll learn about credit score, investing, saving, budgeting, managing money, making money, learn about their gifts, how they make money from their gifts and their passions, and just come in, boom, you got your track. This your learning track. You do 30 minutes a day. After you done, then you do your homework, or you do your homework and all that first with the tutors. After you done with your homework, you get on here, you get your daily learning. After that, kick back, have something to eat, watch TV, play the video game, play pool, whatever it is. Chill till your mama come get you, or until we take you home. But hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. I'm gonna pop back in. We're gonna talk about this pop the balloon society and how that mentality, how we have that mentality, and how it's affecting our relationship. So tune in, be looking out for that. Lord willing, it get up tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern or so. But God bless you. We'll talk soon.